Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me well. I haven't really tested it, but I'm gonna assume that you can hear me, monitoring OBS on the side and trying to make sure that you are in fact hearing the system. And we might wait a few more minutes for people to join. Trying to monitor this in the same time as I'm doing this. Um, this is the first time that I'm trying to broadcast live some of my creation for sound design and techniques for modular synthesis. I hope it goes well. That's all I have to say, to be honest. As I'm going, I'm going to try as much as possible to explain what I'm doing, and we're going to be using a lot of patch cables. So those are cables that look kind of like this, and using those. Oh my god, give me just a sec. I think it's because, okay, the video is on, and now I know that this is live. This is good. So modular synthesis is a technique that is used, as I said, with those patch cables right here. And the patch cables are going to be connected in different places in order to create really interesting sounds. And this technology came from phones. So like in order to route your call, they would like put one side in one side, like one side in one knob and the other one in a different place, and then you'll be able to route things. And today we're going to learn how to route this system that I have here. It's a little bit big, so I'm going to have to be moving it around in order to show you everything. But yeah, this is the first trial of doing it, so I'm expecting some errors to happen, but hopefully we'll have fun. So the first thing that I want us to focus on is this module right here, and you can see it from the side. It's basically like it's one unit like that, and it has a lot of knobs currently and a lot going on. But the first thing that we want to make sure is that we actually get a signal out of it. And to get a signal, we have three types of signals that it can send out. It can send odd partials, even partials, and fundamentals. And on the other side, if I just move this system over here, I have a mixer, and after the mixer I have the output over here that you can't really see, but actually I can just do this. And then you can see this knob right here. This is connected to Ableton directly, so all that we're hearing is through that knob, and everything is rerouted on the back here. So basically those four channels is what we're going to be playing around. So the first thing that I need to do in order to just get a sound is I'm going to take one of my patch cables and I'm going to put this in the input one right here on the last channel, put the volume somewhere around here. I also have control over left and right, and I'm going to activate that channel. And after doing that, I'm going to have to slide my unit all the way back so we can look out at the other side of that cable. So we connected the cable on the other side, and now I'm just going to connect it to even partials, fundamental, and odd partials, so we can hear the different sounds that it can make. So here's the first one, and we're not hearing it. At least I'm not hearing it. Let's check why. It's not because Ableton stopped playing, but that's okay. We're gonna make Ableton play again by doing this and this. Sorry, I'm just testing my settings in Ableton. I didn't realize that some things got disconnected as I was trying different things, but basically we can hear a tone. If I take it out, we're gonna stop hearing that tone. Here's another one. So this one have the even partials, and the last one over here have odd partials. So all of them are playing different sounds. We're gonna start maybe with even partials, and we're gonna look at some of the controllers that we have here. The first one is the coarse, which is gonna determine my pitch. And from what I'm seeing right now, you're not able to hear this, so we're gonna try to reroute this one more time. Let's see, this is here. Okay. Let's see if I can just edit the settings in Ableton to make sure that we're playing. How about now? Okay, I was not able to hear this. I don't think you guys are able to hear this. It is playing a sound. Now you're able to hear sound. Pretty sure. I'm just going to take a moment to look at YouTube just to make sure that you are able to hear me. Not seeing any comments on our channel, so I'm going to take it and assume that you guys are able to hear what I'm playing here. At least that's my hope. It looks like you can hear it, so let's go through this one more time. The first thing is the fundamental note. The second one is the even partials. And the third one is the odd partials. And I'm able to change the pitch using this. I can also fine-tune it using this one. And change some of the quality of the sound itself using these knobs on the side. So this is just basically, all it does is change the quality of my sound over time. So this is adding the harmonic series. So this is adding all of the odd ones. Let's listen to the even ones. So this bank is going to determine, this one is going to determine basically how many of the partials I'm going to be hearing. So this is not going to do anything at this point because it's not adding anything. So it needs to be either on 0 or above 0. It's going to let me warp them together. And if I take only the fundamental, this is just the one note that is the base of my sound. So we're only going to be hearing one fundamental without the harmonies. So most of those knobs are not going to be effective. This is something that I've noticed and a lot of people have asked me about, like, how come I tried to move knobs and nothing happened, and maybe it's because you're doing the wrong input. But let's just listen to the fundamental. It's just one note. I can change the pitch of it, but the harmonic content is not going to matter at all, and neither does the bank or the warp or the density. So probably what we want to do is not use the fundamental, but use one of the even partials and get a sound that we're kind of happy with. And after we're happy with, we can also take it through a filter or take it through a step sequencer. We're going to see what we do next. So for now, we're just going to play around and get to a sound that we're happy with. Meanwhile, I'll have a chance to also look at the comments. and see if you guys want to say anything. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna disconnect this one. And instead I'm gonna put a new patch cable. And that new patch cable will still go to the even partials, but instead of going to the output that we had beforehand, we're gonna connect it to this filter over here. So this is the input. So the left or mono, it's gonna do, right now it's gonna just play as mono because we only have one channel. Take this one down. And this one is going to be the output now. So the output can be either a high pass, a bend pass, or a low pass. A low pass would basically give all the low content, but then we won't be able to hear some of the higher, more harsh content. So I'm going to pick that one, and we're going to hear the sound coming back again. But now this knob is going to determine how much of the sound we can hear. So this is full sound, and let me just bring it up. So I'm able to filter some of the harmonics. And I kind of like the lower notes. So let's just open it all the way through. Give as much harmonics as we can. So it's going to be somewhere. And then filter it out. Just for fun, let's put it on the high pass filter and see what happens. So right now the signal goes to the filter. Outside of the filter, I need to get it out with another one. Here's the high pass filter. That removes all the low content and leaves us only with the highs. And over time, gives me the low content. Until it choked out completely. The next thing that I want to do, and right now we can't hear anything, but it's still playing, so like we only need to open it. Let's get it back to the low pass filter. And the next thing that I want to do is connect it to this chaos device here. And actually before I do the, no, let's do the chaos one. For that, I need to move the synth a little bit here so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And now that we have the sound through a filter, we need something to trigger and change the note over time so I don't have to like go and do it myself. So instead of me just going with my hand and moving this knob or this knob, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take those outputs here and I'm gonna connect them to pitch CV volt per octave. So it's gonna start playing different notes. Now, the step sequencer is very interesting because it's not exactly a step sequencer. It's more like, well, it's called chaos and it's basically a chaos generator. And what it does is it randomly produces notes based on the clock. So you can see the clock here is just going to give a pulse constantly. Actually, I can even show this to you with this little device. This is just, sorry, this little device. This is a light bulb that you can connect, and it's basically gonna light up based on the signal that it's getting. So you can tell this one is the clock. And then under it, I have these ones that are different trigger inputs. Each one of them randomly either plays or don't play based on a probability. So right now they're all playing constantly, but we can change it. So let's actually just look at the first channel, this one. It's selected, and I know that because this is red. So if I want to change the channel, I can go to this one, this one, this one, and so forth. Now we're going to be on the first one, and right now you see this knob. Just gonna decrease. Well, actually, the probability is pretty high, but let's just like take and increase the time. So let's see it at the other side. Oh, it's interesting. It's changing everything right now. So I think I need to do this. Let's see. Interesting. You can see that now it's somehow getting slower over time. So what we're gonna do, so this is just sending me a trigger, all of the upper row. The lower row is just giving me a signal, any signal, like any of them are either giving a signal or not giving a signal randomly. So if I wait long enough, you can see that it's getting, I don't know if you can see that through the camera, but it's like it's getting brighter or like less bright based on the amount of voltage that is going through this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another patch cable, probably a shorter one. Oh, this one is not bad. These ones are pretty cool. I got them from Perfect Circuit, and they have another knob inside of them, like, sorry, another jack inside of them, so you can actually like multi-patch, but we're going to use it now. So we're going to take the first channel and we're going to route it into the pitch CV volt per octave. And now we're hearing different pitches. It's pretty low and it's pretty close, so I'm just going to open it up. So right now it just plays random notes. And it's pretty slow. So let's just get it a little bit faster. I'm just going to press time. I realize you can't really see things when the cables are there. Okay, that's pretty fast. We can get it a little bit slower. And now I'm gonna change the spectrum of how many notes are being played. So right now they're all over the place, but now they're kind of constrained. We can take it down. If I press this one, it's gonna start slewing, which is fun, but not really helpful. So I'm gonna keep it like this. And if I long press it, it's gonna change to quantization. So if I press this button, I don't know if you can see this, but all of them highlighted in different colors. And by just going to a different one, now I have a little melody that is in major. I can change the probability, so it gets stuck on notes more frequently this way. I can change the width and make it a little bit longer. Or I can make it like really short. Maybe. And let's see what other scales we have here. So we got a major scale if I press the quantize. Maybe that's the major and we were on a pentatonic one? A cool one that I found, I think one of the first ones, is just octaves. Maybe this one? This is chromatic, so... Okay, so as you see the orange one that is now selected here, I can tell that this is just making octaves. And the more room I give it to run, it's gonna jump between different octaves. I kind of like the major one, so maybe we'll stick with that. So I'm gonna press this again. I think it was this one. And when I'm happy with my result, I can press this button, the white one, that is looping it. If I long press it, it's gonna let me select how many notes are gonna loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 notes. And then when I press it again, all of them are gonna turn blue, and it's gonna loop whatever note it caught. Let's let it go, and it's random again. And let's try to catch another idea. Oh no, we got 2 octaves. Let's try this one more time. I kind of like that. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of changing these ones by hand, I'm gonna connect it to a different channel from that randomizer, and we're gonna try to get that one to work as well. So I'm gonna take the second channel here, and I'm just gonna connect it to the harmonic factor over here. And then I'm gonna go to that second channel here. I hope that you can see this, but I'm just gonna move to that red dot here, and let's see how this one runs. So firstly, let's see how much variation it has. And maybe we want it a little bit faster. Maybe we also want to quantize it to a different scale. So maybe, actually, and we're gonna go back to the first channel that we were on, this one, and we're just gonna let it go so it can play more random notes, and maybe we can catch a different idea. And we can even automate the banks one. So let's get another cable over here. Then go to that channel and let's see what we can do with it. Let's just go to the first one because it's a little too repetitive. I want to get to the really magical part of this, which is adding effects to this entire thing. And for that, I need to move the system again. It's a big system. I should have thought about this beforehand, but just bear with me. We're gonna move over here. And we're gonna look at our effects unit. Our effects unit is over here. So right now, based on the signal, we have a lot of things that are changing the frequencies that we're hearing, and a lot of things that are changing the particles that we're hearing. And we even have a filter that can like filter out everything. So basically, this is the input for the filter, and this is the output that goes directly to my to my mixer in the end. So again, I'm just gonna open the filter just so you can see. I can move this knob and then I won't be able to hear anything, or I can like just deactivate this and we're not gonna be able to hear anything, which maybe is what I want right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put something in between this one, which is currently my output, and my actual output. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this one out. I'm gonna put, I need a very short cable for this one. We're gonna take from the low pass filter, which is what we wanted, into the input of this multi-effect. And this effect have a lot of things in it. You can see a compressor, we have a frequency, we have a delay and a reverb. Let me put them all the way down. And it has time division and another clock, so we can actually sync that with the randomizers. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the input in. So right now my signal goes to the filter. After the filter goes, it goes through the filter, out of the filter, into this multi-effect. And from this multi-effect, I want the output of that multi-effect to go to my console, to my mixer. So I'm going to put this one right here. We're going to activate this so we can hear it together, and we're going to start adding effects to make it really special. I'm going to start by adding a delay. Maybe we want to change the time of the delay. Now we're going to add some reverb. Amazing. In 2 seconds, we just get something so harmonic that, yeah, it's something else. I'm going to take another cable and I'm going to connect my clock in to my clock out from the Chaos modular. So it's going to be right from here. So this is my output here. We're going to put it all the way into the clock in. Can add a little bit of distortion. And maybe even increase the resonance just a bit. This frequency knob, by the way, is connected to the low pass and the high pass filter. And since this one is on, what is it, low pass, let's put this one on high pass. This is interesting. We can even add another one. from the fundamental to audio 2. Can also do this. So then we have two cables on the same input and it sounds a little bit more harmonic. So the fact that I'm hearing this very loud noise tells me that it's because of this fundamental, because if I disconnect it, I'm guessing. Yeah. I do want that fundamental, but actually I think I wanted to go through the filter. So we're gonna change the cables a bit. I'm gonna disconnect this one, put this one instead. Instead of this cable, we're gonna put this multi-stack cable. Because I believe that now I can do this as well. Or I can do it even simpler. Connect this one over here. And then let's see how I will do it. Let's see. Actually, let's just put it in the right. think I got it. So the white color is like basically on a channel base, and the red ones I think are global. Like these are gonna change the global setting, the red one, and this one is gonna change only those notes themselves. I think so. Shit, I'm on the wrong channel. Let's try it here. Hope you guys had fun. I looked a little bit at the chat. I saw only a few comments, but hoping to do this again. See you again next week.